I'm Scott Allen Miller. This is Sheep Guarding Llama video log. This is the 20th of August 2021. Wow, there's a lot of 20s to say in there and a lot to get straight because I'm always getting the dates wrong. So I'm trying really hard to get that right because I got every single day wrong last week when doing this. So much closer now, I think. So today is Friday, and every day, starting with this video until I'm caught up, is definitely an adventure going on. Today we knew was going to be an adventure because today is the day that Alan is moving to Nicaragua after years of planning between he and I, and coming down in 2019 with Rachel and putting in all that time and all the planning since then. It has been roughly 4 to 4.5 years of working towards getting Alan able to move to Nicaragua. So this is a really big deal. I mean, moving to another country is always a big deal, right? Like that alone is pretty significant. But for this particular move, because of COVID, because it is Alan's first time living outside the United States, it is only his second time visiting Nicaragua, and his only other visit to any other country ever is less than a week to Costa Rica. So his total international experience is very low. Buenas tardes. And this has just been such a monumental move and so long in the making, and COVID has made it so hard and so many personal changes necessary for him to be able to make it. So this is really big, right? This is just huge for him. So that kicks off this morning. It's roughly 10 o'clock in the morning when he has to head to the airport. Of course, he realized yesterday that he was supposed to upload his COVID test results 36 hours before his flight, but he didn't do that. So he got them uploaded about 24 hours before his flight and is hoping for the best. He won't really have a good idea whether or not that's been accepted until he leaves San Francisco. He has a lot of flights going on today. It is a big adventure. Before that happens though, first thing this morning we discovered that Yvonne's grandmother has COVID, and Ivonne needs to go to Esteli immediately to help her. So, but she's doing fine. This morning we first thing booked our driver to take us into Leon because we had banking and things that we needed to do to be able to get ready for Yvonne to be gone for a number of weeks. So this is really big for us. We just have a lot of things going on, and so we I'm actually filming this on Sunday, and while I'm in a very slow part of town, I'm north of Bomalu, it is still very busy. There's a lot of traffic and people going by on foot, and the pedicabs, just everything. There's just a lot going on today. Although when you get this far north, things get really slow, even though it's a really busy day. But I can see the number of people on the street in front of me and the number that have gone past. Like, I'm in the most quiet stretch of the road, and it's still just a lot going on. Anyway, so we went into Leon. We tried to do, that is people not getting out of the road for the bus. We started the morning by we had to pick up Yvonne's ID was at the party store because she had to leave it with them when we got some of the stuff for Dominica's party. So we had to have that to be able to do anything. Then, I'm gonna wait for the bus to go by here. I feel like I'm being chased by the ice cream guy. I am. I'm being chased by the ice cream guy. So we started with dealing with that. We went up and did just some logistics, getting paperwork. The very first thing was we had to stop by Migracion because they had our passports. We were supposed to get them back today, but without our passports, it might be problems with the bank. So we started at Migracion, got our passports, no big deal, probably took 10 minutes, got those, and realized that we had to get the ID. That store was not open quite yet, so we went to Pan y Paz and got breakfast, which was delicious. They have pretty good croissants and amazing, like, chocolate-filled, almond-crusted croissant things. I wouldn't actually call them a croissant. They're delicious, but they're not exactly croissants as you would expect to get them in Europe. They're quite a bit heavier, but yummy. So definitely, if you're in the area, go there and eat them, but don't go with the expectation that they're going to be an authentic croissant. That is not how it works. We did figure out, though, that nothing except the croissants were really anything special, and we could recreate this if we just had croissants, and we could do even better if we had actual croissants. I cannot believe how big the party on the street is up here. I had no idea any of this is going on. I think there's actually a party. So this is Belga Loco, which is one of the northernmost places in town. That is definitely a giant party. That's even bigger than Dominica's party. I think there's a piñata going on right now. Yep, that's a piñata. Oh yeah. So we went to Pan y Paz, got breakfast, and then while we were there, our driver ran out, got Ivonne's ID. Then we were able to go to bank after bank after bank to try to open a bank account. Of course, they all give you a runaround. No idea why. It seems like none of them want to do business, which is a weird thing with the banks down here. They'll do anything to stop from making money. It's really weird. So that's going to take a lot of work, and our lawyers have to get involved, and it's just a big thing. But we are one step closer to all of those things being done. We did as much as we could today to try to move that forward. That got us through probably until about noon. At which point we got Ivonne onto a private car heading to Matagalpa. We got in our car and returned to the beach because time to get back to work. So came back and had a more or less normal Friday afternoon. I had some meetings, some normal work, a lot of managing the team because so many people are out today. I just noticed that it is so busy up here, they actually have a police checkpoint in the road, which you will see as I go by. And I'm just coming past Ranchito Rustico. So the that's some thunder. It didn't look like it was gonna rain at all when I left, but now it's sounding like there's probably a pretty big storm coming. So the morning or the afternoon, just normal work, not crazy busy, it wasn't bad. Alan is obviously out, so we're covering for him. So kind of busy, but only from that kind of stuff. Quite a line of cars here. So Alan ended up getting lucky. He was able to fly from Salt Lake City to San Francisco. Hola! We're gonna turn around. Everybody wave. He was able to fly to San Francisco on Alaskan, no problem. Once he got there, they let him do the transfer onto Avianca heading for Central America. They didn't even look for his COVID stuff. So apparently everyone was happy with that, no big deal, and he is good to go. So he was able to get on in San Francisco, fly to San Salvador, which is the northern hub for Avianca. They're actually a Colombian airline, but in this region they operate as if they're a Salvadoran airline. He got there, I think about 9 o'clock at night when he got into San Salvador. I was very tired after a long day. Being in Leon is exhausting just from running around and doing shopping and stuff, but it's also extremely hot. So I was very worn out, as was Dominica, and we went to bed probably about 8 o'clock. Hola. So it was a early night for us, and I got up in the middle of the night just to check messages from Alan, and he got into Managua, Nicaragua, at about 10 to 11 at night. So not bad, right on time as far as I know. And he had a really decent flight, no problems at all, no problems coming through customs and immigration and everything into Nicaragua. He got picked up at the airport by friends. They went to the Hotel Los Robles in Managua, in the Los Robles neighborhood of Managua, which is the hotel and the region that I like to stay in. I think the hotel's fantastic, and I really like being able to go out to all the restaurants and bars and clubs that are right there. Everything's within walking distance and crazy safe. So police everywhere, and just, it's a really nice spot. If you're ever in Managua, It's where I like to be, because you know you can go out. You don't have to have a car. You don't have to call for a taxi at night. Whether it's you just want a beer, you want to go dancing, or you want a really nice Italian dinner, everything is just right there. So he will be coming tomorrow morning out to Las Peñitas to come to his new home. So this was a really big day and the start of, so a really busy day for us as we just dealt with stuff, and now we're heading into at least 2 weeks without Ivonne at the hotel, and a huge adventure beginning for Alan as he begins his new life living in Central America, which we will be detailing a lot on this channel in the future. I am sure there is going to be a lot of adventures there. You know, for us, it's a pretty big adventure doing it as a family and coming down and running a hotel and a restaurant, and there's just a lot going on there. But we've lived in 8 countries. We have been in Nicaragua before. We speak a bit more Spanish than he does. So for him, this really is a sizable adventure that he's kind of going into blindly. I mean, he's done his research. He's got us here to help out with things. But at the end of the day, this is just a massive leap for him into a new country, a new part of the world, a new language, and everything else. And so I didn't get to speak to him today, but I will be talking to him first thing tomorrow morning as he begins the logistics of moving right down the street here, which is part of the amazing thing. And I don't think you're gonna be able to see it on the video, but there is a little bit of a rainbow behind me. Maybe with the polarizer, it'll come out a little bit. I am now, just in case you're following along and want to know what it is you've been seeing, this is the wide open parking area across from Finding Pool and Costa Maya. And I'll be coming up on the Nile just a little bit up here on the right. I am near the radio towers at the north end of town, not too far from Ponaloya, and I will see everybody tomorrow.